Sí se puede. Sí se puede. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, Michelle? Aquí estamos. So, I'm watching this thing. Sorry, I had to go because actually CNN wants to interview me on this stuff and on the deportation of Guadalupe. So, this is what's up, Amy? Elisa went tonight. Yeah, with Don Lennon. So they have a lot of questions about the subject, and I told them yeah. So they're gonna call me back to probably go into San Francisco tonight. So like I told you guys, I'm worried because of our kids. Okay? There's a lot of division going on. Now, if you see all these Hispanic kids, well, it must be hard at school, right? They alienate themselves. What's up, Pipe? Okay, I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna be very racist. Okay, guys? But I can say it because I'm Hispanic. Only white people can't say racist things. Why? I mean, really, why? It's only Hispanics that are doing this. I don't see the Chinese people saying one day without chow mein, one day without chow mein. Do you see that? I don't see other cultures. There is about 4 million illegal Oriental people here. Right? They're not out there one day without sweet and sour pork. One day without pork chow mein. And one day without chicken fried rice or egg rolls. You want egg roll. I don't see the Chinese or the Orientals, all these people saying one day without chow mein, one day without chow mein. I mean, come on, guys. It's only us. And I'm going to include myself there because I am not fully emancipated from my culture. So the kids are hearing this woman talk crazy stuff. One day without menudo. This ladies. You know, and then Univision had an article that hate groups are on the rise. That there's more hate groups today than there was last year or 2 years ago. And I told Univision that might be true, but the hate groups are them. Univision is the biggest hate group I know. Because they're promoting all this stuff. Remember I told you, you are only a source of harmony or a source of confusion. And this, my friends, it's beyond confusion. I don't see, a day without immigrants. What is the message? What is the message? What are you trying to tell me? Shoot, and I am Hispanic. I don't understand what they're trying to say. And what I said on this radio this morning with this guy that is very controversial in Chicago, okay, I hear you. You want something. But what about tomorrow? What are you going to do tomorrow? Why don't we do a day without drinking alcohol? Why don't we do a day without feeling more than? Why don't we do a day without crime? Just like at work, and they have a day without accidents and they celebrate. Oh my God, 360 days, no accidents at work. Why don't they say, oh, we're going to work double this day. We're going to, you need to lead by example. I don't know. You guys tell me. Yes, a day without violence. A day without drugs. Exactly. Because let me tell you why. I was saying on another radio somewhere. Guilty myself, guys, okay? A lot of Hispanics, and I know a lot of people are going to hate me for saying this, but we spent $30,000 on a quinceañera, right? And Avila knows this because he does a lot of quinceañera photo shoots. Well, Kid Avila, did you know that a few of the parents that are you doing this quinceañeras for, they don't have papers. But they would rather spend $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in a party that they can't really afford. But they don't want to spend $7,000 to go see a local attorney, immigration attorney, to fix their paperwork, to fix their immigration status, which in many cases they are eligible for, and the only reason why they don't qualify, they end up losing their papers is because they don't file things in time. Yeah, they spend too much money on tacos. Right. Maybe 12 to 14,000. Okay. Anyway, it's a lot of money, Kid Avila. But what's going to happen is they're going to have the quinceañera crying. First things first. And I'm guilty myself, guys. I'm not preaching here. I have done the same mistakes. I could have saved so much money if I would have gone to an attorney when I went bankrupt, for example. I would have spent 1% of what I ended up losing for not taking precautions, for not doing prevention. Yes, we need to start educating our communities, Elisa. I'm 100% with you. We need to set up a program. We need to go out there and tell these kids that they are in a new country and to not feel guilty. Oh, what I was saying before I was interrupted by CNN, I was going to say this. 12 years of therapy, guys. Okay? Kids cannot be happier than their parents because they feel guilty. So kids will self-sabotage themselves. Okay? Because the minute you start being more successful than your parents, or even your peers, even your family members, you start feeling guilty and you sabotage yourself. Okay? So these kids right here, I bet you half of them want to be American. They want to integrate in this country. They want to do the Pledge of Allegiance and they want to love their country, but they can't because their parents, because their stinky parents, oh my God, I never thought you would do that to me. I never thought you would do that to me. Oh my God, I can hear my mother. I suffer so much to bring you from another country. I risk my life and all that. Now you think you're American. Guys, we need to stop that crap. We need, my heritage. I love my heritage, but we are in a different country now. When in Rome, do as Romans do. Not all parents are like mine. Well, I'm not talking about you guys. Well, I'm saying because of me and because of a lot of these kids. These kids feel guilty. Look at them. They have the Mexican flag. All I see on the comments is Mexican flags. Mexican flags. Love Mexican flags. And there's a way to share our heritage with this beautiful country without imposing ourselves. That's the word I used when I went viral in MSNBC. That's the word I use. My culture is very dominant and it's imposing and it's causing problems. And look, because we think we're better. Yesterday I was talking with somebody that they were saying that only Hispanics do the jobs, the field jobs, picking up vegetables and stuff. And somebody said, no, I lived through the 30s and the 40s. And there was a lot of farmers, American farmers that did that job. And they're capable of doing it. So we can't say, oh, it's only us that know how to pick vegetables. I think we're wrong on that. We're good. I mean, a lot of Hispanics are good at doing that farming stuff, but definitely we're not the only ones. We Hispanics are very ignorant. I wanted to say hi to all of you guys, and I know we have a lot of work to do, and I see it right now, because this is only the beginning. I mean, it's good that they're manifesting, and actually I like this manifestation, because I see they have an American flag there too. Because I've been to other ones, like in LA, at the airport, there was no USA American flags. At least they have American flags here, but they do have the American flag, and they're just screaming the lungs out. Yes, Elisa, yes. And that's what I told this radio announcer. I said, you guys are responsible to bring a message of edification, a message of building a bridge that will successfully help us integrate here in this country. Because these guys are still defending Mexico. And how can I defend Mexico from here? Then I should just go back and We're defending the very thing that made us come here. And I know we can talk about this all day. I just want to say hi and let's go out there and acknowledge this, guys. But at the same time, I told them that they're being defiant and they're pissing a lot of people off. Daniel, you're not going to win with that argument. With that, yes, Donald Trump picked on Mexico because the real government, the Mexican government, is taking advantage of this country. Not the people. Not the people that make $5 a day. Those people are not doing anything to us. The ones that are doing crime here, yes, they are. Yeah, they're defending what they ran away from. Exactly. You know what? That's Michelle. That's exactly what I told CNN. I said, I don't think Donald Trump is deporting anybody. I think he's just enforcing the law that was already in place. Because all those deportations are the result of transgressions that happened during the Obama administration. Saludos, Eduardo. Oh, did you guys see that there was this Mexican ex-minister of Mexico that he was threatening that if we keep it up, they'll bring more drugs to the United States. Yeah, kid, look for that article somewhere, but he did threaten to bring more drugs to the United States. So it's crazy, you know. They try to scare us with El Chapo. They hope the Chapo escapes from jail so he can go after Donald Trump. So it's like these guys actually defend the very thing that's killing them. But anyway, guys, I love you. Let's help out Donald Trump today to see if the light of truth and reason shines in these people's minds and tells them, hey, you are in the United States. Start acting like one of us. Today, start acting like one of us. You will get better results than trying to impose your will unto us, because you will never convince the Americans. You will never convince us that this is right. It's not. Exactly. You know what, Daniel, Tobar? I'm glad you said that. Let them be one of us. They should have a sign today, because this morning in the radio they told me, what is the message, Marco, you want to give to these people? And the message is this: I wish you were my president. They need to look at Donald Trump and say, I wish you were my president. I wish I was part of this country. Just like JFK said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. So these kids, instead defying the president, they should say, I want to feel one of you. What can I do? How can I be an American today? Show me, teach me. I want to learn, I want to know, I want to be. Rather than jumping up and down and talking bad about the place that they want to be part of. I mean, what do you guys think? Daniel, you're a citizen, you don't consider Donald Trump your president. And what does that give you? Does that make you feel good about yourself? Because you are out of structure. Donald Trump is the president, whether you want him to be your president or not. You are part of the problem now. You're not part of the solution. And the very thinking of you, Daniel Tovar, it's what's hurting these people. Because if you continue that crap of he's not my president, then these people are going to hurt. Because that's what I told Univision. Univision is responsible for this, the pain and the suffering of all these people. You know why? Because if they did not have their divisive message. Oh, okay, you're back. Are you there? Okay. I lost you for a second. Daniel, you understand what I'm saying? Okay. I'm not against you, Daniel. I get you. I get that you are not happy with Donald Trump. And it's your right. He's not a saint. He's the president. And the problem is that a lot of people are using these people. Univision is using the pain and suffering of these immigrants for political gain. Because who looks good today? Univision, not those people. Univision ratings are going up. They're a failing news outlet. I know they want to support their families. They want to work. But can you imagine, Daniel, if we help all these people bring the message to Donald Trump that they want to work, saying, look, Mr. President, there has been no violence in this community. All this community has not had one drug problem. No DUIs this month. No domestic violence issues. How? Well, Michelle, there's two problems here. One is, and I'm talking like Marco Rubio now, you have to stop the illegal immigration, right? But there's already people that are here that we need to deal with in a humane way. So we have to start with border first and then work with these people here. Because you know that I was watching Napolitano, Judge Napolitano. It says that anybody that you try to deport, and they don't have a deportation order of deportation, they get to challenge that and appeal it in court or go to court, and it would cost us, the taxpayers, $250,000. So we don't want to pay $250,000 and a public defendant to somebody that is not a violent criminal. So it's a very, immigration is very complex, guys. I know that most of you guys know more than I do. And Oscar, what's up? La unidad, yeah, unity, man. And I don't think anybody knows this immigration process perfectly. Nobody. Okay, and I think why it was such a big moment when Donald Trump tried to talk about it, because nobody had the guts to talk about it. Look, Donald Trump, he said, let's talk about this. That's what I like about Donald Trump. Donald Trump's not afraid to sit down, put the problem on the table, and let's talk about it. Oscar, saludos. Un cafecito. I love you guys. If I'm on CNN tonight, see you. Don Lennon, I'm gonna hit him where he hurts. Look, guys, we're not gonna agree, all of us, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to have different views. The world is not going to end, but we have to talk about this, because if we don't talk about it, it's going to continue to grow into a bigger problem. You shouldn't be afraid to talk about reality, right? Humility. I think a synonym for humility is to be able to accept reality. And a lot of people have a really bad attitude about their reality today. It's not my fault that there's people out there that have done things wrong. It is my fault that I have done things wrong. So none of us should feel guilty for people that have done things wrong. But we should be compassionate to help them without breaking any more laws, right? United we stand, guys. Daniel, this is who I am, man. Nothing rehearsed. If you read a little bit about me, I'm not trying to bring a message that I don't live by. And it's very hard because I'm in the borderline. You know, my dad is not a U.S. citizen. You know, I became a U.S. citizen in 2003. So my thinking is still in transition. Okay? Okay, ya pasaron. Yeah, I want to sign off. My friend Oscar says it's more than 15 minutes. I belong to a fellowship, and whenever you speak more than 15 minutes, after the 15 minutes, you just start going off topic. Danielle, thank you so much. But we need to unite, and we need to help our immigrants integrate into this country successfully.